Earth formed 4.5 billion years ago and coalesced out of stardust. The first organisms first appeared in the ocean. The very first organisms on land were fungi. They marched on the land 1.3 billion years ago, and plants followed 600 million years later. Now, fungi munch rocks. They produce oxalic acids and other enzymes and acids that actually will take minerals out of rocks and make them crumble. And there is, at least we exist today in collaboration with fungi. They are the construct of the food web. Fungi are the grand molecular disassemblers in nature, and they break down plant and animal and minerals into soil. And so these are the great soil magicians of nature. And most everybody knows that the topsoil on the earth is incredibly thin, and yes, it supports, hundreds of billions of different species that live in the very top 6 inches. This thin skin that's given us life is greatly threatened.
That.
Well, it's tough for me to encapsulate it in one phrase, but I am a mycelial messenger. If anyone gets anything out of this, it's the role and importance of mycelium in nature. And unfortunately, the problem that we face in our society is, if you mention mushrooms, people think about portobellos or magic mushrooms. And there's a form of biological racism that has prevented science from using these fungi and the mushroom-forming fungi to our advantage. When people understand that the largest organism in the world is a mycelial mat, over 2,200 acres in size, and yet it's 1 cell wall thick. We have 5 or 6 skin cell layers that protect us from infection. How do these mats achieve the largest masses of any organism in the world and be 1 cell wall thick, surrounded by billions of hungry microbes per gram that want to eat this highly nutritious network of cells? It's because the fungi are in constant biomolecular communication with this ecosystem. They're articulate, they're inherently intelligent. We are born from fungi. 600 million years ago, we separated from fungi. Fungi are our ancestors. We respire carbon dioxide, so do fungi. We inhale oxygen, so do fungi. Our best antibiotics against bacteria come from fungi, but we don't have very good antifungal antibiotics because they harm us because of our close relationship. In the Journal of Eukaryotic Microbiology, a new super kingdom was erected 2 years ago called Opis Lacanta, recognizing that fungi and animals belong to one super kingdom. So if we understand that the evolution of life on this planet, and we have fungal origins, then understanding how to use these fungi as our hereditary partners can greatly have a positive impact in being able to support life systems on this planet. Fungi move quickly. And I have lots and lots of examples, especially recently, of how important fungal biodiversity is.
I didn't get into this business by being an airhead or a screwball. My attitude was always, if it's real, it can take the pressure. You don't have to pussyfoot around the real thing. If they're telling you, oh, you must lower your voice and avert your gaze or this and that, then you're probably in the presence of crap. Because the real thing is real. It doesn't demand that you adjust your opinion to suit it. It's real. That means it is preeminent. That means it sets the agenda. And I studied yoga. I wandered around in the East. I was fast shuffled by beady-eyed little men in dhotis. I know the whole spiritual supermarket and rigmarole. And I find nothing there to interest me on the level of, 5 grams of psilocybin mushrooms in silent darkness. I mean, that's where the pedal meets the metal. That's where the rubber meets the road. And the inspiration for me to get up and talk to an audience like this simply comes from the fact that I cannot believe that this could be kept under wraps. the way it has. I mean, I kidded with you earlier that they would make sex illegal if they could. Well, they can't, so it isn't. But the psychedelic experience is as central to understanding your humanness as having sex, or having a child, or having responsibilities, or having hopes and dreams, and yet it is illegal. We are somehow told we are infantilized. We're told, you can wander around within the sanctioned playpen of ordinary consciousness, and we have some intoxicants over here if you want to mess yourself up. We've got some scotch here and some tobacco and red meat and some sugar and a little TV and so forth and so on. But these boundary dissolving hallucinogens that give you a sense of unity with your fellow man and nature are somehow forbidden. This is an outrage. It's a sign of cultural immaturity, and the fact that we tolerate it is a sign that we are living in a society as oppressed as any society in the past. My thing is not about my opinion or what I saw in Africa or anything like that. This is, get it straight, this is about an experience, not my experience, your experience. It's about an experience which you have, like getting laid or like going to Africa. You must do the experience. Otherwise, it's just whistling past the graveyard. And we're not talking about something like being born again or meeting the flying saucers or something like that, where good works and prayer are the method. No, if you take a sufficient dose of an active compound, it will deliver itself to you on the money. If it doesn't work, take more. Nobody is in a position to dismiss this just because it didn't work for them on one or two tries. This is an art. It's an art. It's something you coax into existence. I mean, you have to learn to make love. You have to learn to speak English. Anything worth doing is an art that is acquired. This is part of our birthright, perhaps the most important part of our birthright. These substances will deliver. It is the confoundment of psychology and science generally, and that's why it's so touchy for cultural institutions. But you are not a cultural institution. You are a free and independent human being, and these things have your name written on them in big gold letters. Yes, here. The way I think of these psychedelics, or a different way, is that they're catalysts for the imagination. Catalysts to say what has never been said, to see what has never been seen, to draw, paint, sing, sculpt, dance, and act what has never before been done, to push the envelope of creativity and language. And what's really important is, I call it the felt presence of direct experience, which is a fancy term which just simply means we have to stop consuming our culture. We have to create culture. Don't watch TV. Don't read magazines. Don't even listen to NPR. Create your own road show. The nexus of space and time where you are now is the most immediate sector of your universe. And if you're worrying about Michael Jackson or Bill Clinton or somebody else, then you are disempowered. You're giving it all away to icons. Icons which are maintained by an electronic media, so that you want to dress like X or have lips like Y or something. This is shit trained this kind of thinking. That is all cultural diversion, and what is real is you and your friends and your associations, your highs, your orgasms, your hopes, your plans, your fears. And we're told, no, we're unimportant, we're peripheral, get a degree, get a job, get a this, get a that, and then you're a player. You don't even want to play in that game. You want to reclaim your mind and get it out of the hands of the cultural engineers who want to turn you into a half-baked moron consuming all this trash that's being manufactured out of the bones of a dying world. Where is that at? Yeah, over here.